Hello students, welcome to All Scholar classes. So today I will be taking the chapter 4 from class 6 science, that is sorting materials into different groups. This is the part 1 of this chapter. So in the part 1 these are the topics which we are going to discuss. We will see the objects around us. What are the objects that we see around us? Grouping of objects on the basis of their shapes, color and uses. Okay, so these objects, they can be grouped in different categories on the basis of their shapes, their color and their uses. So objects are made up of one or more material. We will see how the objects are being made of one or more material. The properties of materials. So on the basis, materials can be divided on the basis of their states of matter. Means materials can be sorted on the basis of whether it's a solid, liquid or gases. Then we will see on the basis of appearance, materials can be sorted. On the basis of appearance, we will see two categories, luster and non-luster. Then these materials, they can be classified on the basis of their hardness, that is a hard material or a soft material. It is classified in two forms. The hard material is further classified as a ductile, malleable and brittle. Okay, so these are the things we are going to discuss in the part 1. Let's start. So as the name itself suggests, sorting. What do we mean by sorting? Sorting means to sort some alike materials differently and unlike differently. Okay, if we are given a group of different materials, group of different items, okay, so what we need, alike materials are sorted in a one place and the dislike one are sorted in another place. Okay, अगर आपको बहुत सारे group of दिए हुए हैं materials, कुछ food है, कुछ clothes हैं, and you have to sort them into two different groups. One is for the foods and other is for the clothes. So what you are going to do, you will sort one lot of a food and the other lot you are going to sort for a clothes. Okay, so this is sorting of materials into groups. Okay, different groups बनेगा. आपके class में भी groups बनते हैं. There are houses, different houses. So red, green, blue, yellow house are there. So some students are sorted in red group, some in blue, some in green and some in yellow. Okay, similarly in every field of life, in maths also you must have studied about sorting. So sorting is just done to make the similar objects or similar materials or similar things together one group and the dissimilar ones in other groups. Okay, so we can do sorting at any place. You must have seen at your home, example you can take at your home. You must have seen that when your mother puts the goods in the fridge, some items of the fridge are sorted separately. The ones she wants to put in the containers are sorted separately. Okay, and the vegetables are sorted separately. So like this, in every field of the life, we need sorting. Okay, sorting in different groups. So we know that our food, our clothes have so much varieties in them. Food has got so much varieties. Some are liquid food, some are solid food. Some foods are of grains, some are pulses, some are bakery items. So there is a different variety in foods also. If we talk about clothes, there is a different variety. Suppose, let's take example for clothes. If we make a group for the clothes, a broad groups can be made into summer clothes and one in winter clothes. Okay, so can you wear winter clothes in summer? No. And can you wear summer clothes in winter? No. So you need to divide your clothes in two separate groups. Everybody divides in this group. After that, in summers, you need to divide it further. You put your shirts separately. Then you put your pants. Okay. Then your socks are there. Okay. Similarly, there are different categories for this. If we talk about winter, then you put your full sleeve shirt together. So like this, again there is a category, there is a group. This is what clothes are in two groups, summer and winter. After that you can see in winter there are 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 groups. Okay, so like this there can be a variety of groups you can do, and this grouping or this sorting of material is done just to make things easy, just to make things clear. अभी क्या आप सारे clothes अपने एक साथ रखोगे तो you will be confused. It is going to take time to just select which one you want. If you have separated them, it will be easy. It will be easy to find. It is going to save you time. It will be sorted. Sorting is done. The purpose of sorting is just to make things clear. Okay? हर एक अलग चीज आपको clearly visible हो, clearly दिखे, इसलिए हम sorting करते हैं. Okay? So there is a much variety of objects in our home, foods, clothes, and there are so many things. If we see around us, what do we see? We see a chair is there, okay? And we have got some cycles, we have got at home, somebody has got a scooter, car. So if we sort in vehicles, there are so many vehicles which we are having. We have got so many cooking utensils in our home. Your books are there, your clothes are there, your toys are there, your groceries are there, liquid items are there, water is there, so many stones are there, some decorative pieces are there. Here you can see there is a board, there is a chalk, lights are there, fans are there. So if we see the materials around us, there are thousands of materials around us. But those can be grouped or sorted in some categories. Okay, we need to sort them into some groups. So in this chapter we shall be studying about that groups. How can we group some different materials? Okay, so all the objects have got their different shapes. You must know a table is round in shape, a chair is having a different shape. Okay, a fan is having a different shape, a light is having a different shape. So each of the material has got its own shape. Similarly, if we see the colors, it is green in color, chalk is white in color, that fan is black in color. So each one has got its own color. It's not like at home all the things are red or you are having all the toys green in color. It is not like that. Okay? And the one very important thing is that each material we have at our home, at our school, at any place have different uses. Okay? आप चेयर को एज अ टेबल नहीं यूज कर सकते हो. ओके, आप बोर्ड को एज अ बुक नहीं यूज कर सकते हो. सो different materials have been used differently. Okay, so we have got variety of things around us, variety of materials are there. Okay, each material has got different shape, different color, different use, and they are made up of different materials. Made up of different materials. Okay, so no two such things are totally alike. So in this chapter we are going to see that the objects around us, how they differ in many of the categories. Okay, so suppose let's take an example. Circle and round. Our watches are generally circle or round. Okay, so you will find a chair at your home of plastic, your toys are of plastic, okay, and the bucket you are having is of plastic, some bottles are of plastic, okay, your lunch box may be of plastic, okay. Similarly, many things, your pipe can be of plastic, so you can make this category of the items made up of plastic, made up of steel, made up of aluminum. Like this, you can sort them in different groups. Okay. So all objects around us are made up of one or more material. Okay. जो भी object हमारे पास है, वो या तो एक या एक से ज़्यादा objects के बने होते हैं. Okay. So these material may be plastic, it may be a glass, it may be a metal, it may be a wood, it may be a cotton, paper, leather, mud or soil. Anything it can be. So objects can be made up of either one or many material, and we shall see these materials here. Okay. So we shall be seeing that these objects are made up of what? Objects can be made up of plastics or any metal, copper is there, or aluminum or some other metal it is there, okay, or it can be made of paper, it can be made of wood, it can be made up of mud, or it can be made up of soil, okay, it can be made of glass, fine. So like this, if you will go on, you will see thousands of cotton can be made up of cotton. So objects can be made up of either of any one material, okay, plastics, metal, paper, wood, mud, soil, glass, cotton, any one material or more than one sometimes is used to make up any material. Okay, so objects can be made up of any one or more material. Okay, it's not necessary that it is always made up of only one material. You can see that at your home, your mother must be having some ladle whose circle and round portion is made up of a metal, and its handle may be of wood. So they are made up of 1 and 2, metal and wood, 2 materials. Similarly, an object can be made up of 3 materials. A chair may be there, which must be having a wood also, a plastic also, and some metal pipes must be also there. So it is made up of 3 materials. So materials, objects can be made up of 1 or more materials. So what are the properties of these materials that we are going to see today in this chapter? Okay, so first let's see about the properties of the materials. So these properties of materials we shall see. So these materials, they are made up of matter. They occupy some space and they have got mass. Okay, so materials are made up of matter. They occupy space and they have got mass. Fine. So now we will see the properties of materials. These materials, they are made up of matter. They occupy some space. If you keep a plate here, it is going to occupy some space. And it has got some mass. That plate has got some mass. Okay. So let's take an example that you must have seen a tumbler at your home, a glass or a tumbler you can say. Why that tumbler is not made up of a piece of cloth? Okay, you must have seen that. A tumbler is either made up of glass or it is made up of some metal, means it is made up of some hard material. It is not made up of cloth. Why is that? So we generally use tumbler for what? We use tumbler for keeping liquid items. It can be either a milk, or you can use a tea, or any other liquid we use. Okay? So if you take a tumbler is made up of cloth, what is going to happen? That liquid is totally going to fall off. Okay? So that's why these tumblers, they are either made up of plastics or glasses or metal or some other material that can hold a liquid. Okay? We can't make it with a cloth because it is going to fall off. Okay? So similarly, it would not be wise to use paper like material for cooking vessels. Can you use a paper material? Paper ka bowl or paper ke pans, can you make that for cooking? No. If you are going to use them for cooking, it will be burned. So that's why there is some metal is used. That metal can be anything. Okay. So why do we have chosen for a particular object a particular material? Can you think that? Okay. So what I have told, this tumbler is made up of either it's a glass or it's made up of a plastic or metal, okay, or any hard material. Okay, why is it so? Because these tumblers, they hold liquid in it. Okay. And liquid can be contained only these when material is of these types. Okay, you can't keep any liquid in a cloth. You can't keep. It is totally going to come out. Okay, so we have seen that a particular item needs a particular material to be made up of. किसी भी particular item को हमें एक particular material से ही बनाना होगा. हम किसी भी चीज से किसी चीज को नहीं बना सकते. Suppose there is a chair. If you make it of paper, will you be able to sit on a chair? It is totally, when you are trying to sit on it, it is going to fall down. You will fall down. So you have to make it either of metal or plastic or some hard material. Okay? So this category of an item that it should be made up of what material, it depends on its properties, or you can say that we choose material to make an object depending on its properties, on the purpose to which that object is to be used. Okay? So, how we choose material? How we choose material, okay, that depends upon what object we are going to keep in that. Okay, choose a material to make object depending upon its property, okay, on its property and on the purpose for which it is going to be used. Okay, so we choose material depending upon its property and depending on the purpose for which it is going to use, whether it is going to be used as a utensil for cooking or whether it is going to be used to keep some liquids. Okay, so like this we choose materials. Now we shall see some of the properties how these materials they can be classified. Okay, so at first the material can be grouped into three categories on the basis of their states of matter. Which state of matter that particular material is made up of? Means either it's a solid, it's a liquid, or it's a gas. Okay, so at first materials are sorted on the basis of their states of matter. Okay, it can be a solid. Okay, solid like any of the object you can take, suppose, or it can be a liquid like oil is there, or some water is there, or something else, or it is in gaseous state, means you need to keep steam or some nitrogen gas or something else. Okay, so the first criteria of material to be sorted is on the basis of its three states of matter, that is solids, liquids and gaseous state. Okay, the second criteria used for the sorting is based on its appearance, how that particular matter appears. It is shiny or it is rough, like this. देख के आपको मटेरियल को कैसे पता चलेगा कि क्या है उसके फीचर्स? आप किसी भी चीज को देखते हो, क्लोथ्स में ही बहुत कैटेगरीज है. व्हेन यू सी अ क्लोथ यू फील लाइक नो इट्स वुलन, नो इट्स नॉट कॉटन, इट्स नायलॉन, समथिंग लाइक दैट. ओके, तो द सेकंड कैटेगरी ऑफ सॉर्टिंग ऑफ मटेरियल इज बेस्ड ऑन देयर appearance. Okay, is based on their appearance, how they are appearing, how they look, means what is their look. Okay, now the third category on which a material can be sorted is on the basis of their solubility. Okay, solubility means, for example, you can take salt and sugar, they are soluble in water. If you dissolve a chalk and sand, they are insoluble in water. So their solubility in water or in some other liquid. Okay, so the third category is based on their solubility. Okay, solubility में example let's take sugar is there and salt. What are they? They are soluble in water. Okay, next if you take sand or a chalk, this chalk if you take chalk or a sand, they are not soluble in water. Okay, so the third category is on the basis of their solubility. That solubility can be in water or in any other liquid we can see. Okay, so the fourth category of sorting of material is based on its metallic and non-metallic character. Whether a particular material is a metal or it's a non-metal. Okay, so iron, copper, gold, these are what? They are metals. And other items like this chalk is there, or carbon is there, coal is there, rubber is there, these are non-metals. Okay, so the fourth category is based on its metallic non-metal. Metallic and non-metallic character. Okay, so any metal can be aluminum is there, copper is there, steel is there. All these are metal. Iron is also there. And if we talk about non-metal, there are other different objects. Carbon is there, coal is there, oxygen is there. Okay, these are non-metals. The fifth category on which these materials they can be shorted is based on the light transmission through the object. It means that how much light these objects they can allow to pass through them. Okay, suppose a glass is there, it is allowing how the light to pass it. Sometimes it's allowed, depends upon the category of a glass it is having. Suppose a net is there, it is totally allowing all the all the lights to pass through it. Okay, so the fifth category of shorting of material is based on the light transmission through an object. Okay, light transmission through an object. Okay, so on each category that I have told you shorting can be done, there is a further division. We shall be looking on that in detail. Okay, so the materials are first sorted on the basis of their three states of matter, that is solid, liquid and gas. Then they can be sorted on the basis of their appearance, how they look, okay, whether they are hard or they are soft, or they are shiny or non-shiny, okay, they are colorful or they are black and grey in color. Any category of look can be seen. Then based on their solubility can be seen whether it is soluble in water or in any other liquid or not, whether it is not soluble in any other water or liquid, whether it is going to sink in particular liquid or whether it is going to float on a liquid. So based on the metallic and non-metallic character, whether a metal is a metal or non-metal, based on the light transmission through an object. Okay, so these are the properties of material. Okay, now we shall see that in broad we can divide matter in how many categories. Okay, so some properties of materials on which they can be broadly classified. First we will discuss about the appearance. Okay, how is their look. Then we are going to discuss on its hardness, whether it is hard or soft. Then we shall see that whether an object can float or sink in water. Okay, it can float or sink in water. Then we will see its transparency, how transparent it is. And in the last we shall see its solubility, soluble or insoluble. Okay, so this is the category. We can divide some of the properties of materials. So here you can see these categories. Today in this video I will be discussing about appearance and hardness and rest all the properties and some more things about the advantages of materials and all will be discussed in my next video. Okay. So let's start with the appearance. Okay, so if we talk about appearance, the first thing that comes in our mind is that how something looks different from the other. Okay, in our common life, you can see a male looks different to a female. By appearance only, you can tell that a particular person is a male and that is a female. लुक से या उसके अपीयरेंस से आप बता सकते हो, देयर इज नो कंफ्यूजन इन दैट. ओके, तो सेम इज फॉर मटेरियल्स आल्सो. आप मटेरियल्स को, बहुत सारे ऐसे मटेरियल्स हैं जिनको आप देख के ही पहचान सकते हो कि इट इज विच टाइप ऑफ मटेरियल. ओके, सो मटेरियल्स यूजुअली लुक डिफरेंट फ्रॉम ईच अदर. प्लास्टिक इज डिफरेंट फ्रॉम मेटल्स. ओके, वुड इज डिफरेंट फ्रॉम प्लास्टिक. सो मटेरियल्स आर डिफरेंट बाय देयर लुक, by their appearance. You can tell that particular material is very different. Okay, so if we see wood, it is very different from iron. If you talk about iron, iron appears to be very different from copper or aluminum. Okay, at the same time they may have some similar properties like iron, copper, metal. All these are what? They are very different from wood. They are similar but very different from wood. They can, okay, and that there is no wood in it. Okay, so materials on the basis of its appearance are on the basis of its look. It can be differentiated into two categories. That is, appearance can be classified as lustrous and non-lustrous material. Okay, so material can be differentiated from each other on the basis of their look. Appearance means materials can be differentiated. Okay, only it is not the key only by look you have to differentiate. There are many other categories, but the first thing for anything is their look. पहले तो आप उसका अपीयरेंस, उनका लुक ही देखोगे, तब आप कुछ और देखते हैं. तो मटेरियल्स कैन बी डिफरेंशिएटेड फ्रॉम ईच अदर. ओके, फ्रॉम ईच अदर ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ देयर लुक्स. ओके, सो ऑन दिस बेसिस appearance can be classified as two categories. Appearance can be classified, okay, it can be classified as lustrous and non-lustrous. Okay, fine. Lustrous materials and non-lustrous materials. Now let's see the properties of it. So materials that have got luster in it. Luster means some shininess is there. Okay, usually metals, you have seen that a copper shines, aluminum also shines. So these metals, they are lustrous materials. Okay, so materials that have got some luster in it, what they are having? Some luster means some shine is there. Example, metals. Metals are always having some luster in it. Okay, metals में क्या है आपका? Iron is there, copper is there, okay, aluminum is there, gold is there. So all these are examples of metals. Okay, some metals, they often lose their shine and appears dull. Okay, क्या होता है, but after some time some metals are there, those are going to lose their appearance, their shiny lustrous appearance, and they look dull. It can be because of action of air or any moisture on them. Like you have seen iron, it's very clean and shiny in the initially, and if rusting takes place in iron, it looks very rough. Okay, so it doesn't mean that iron is not a lustrous metal. It is a lustrous metal, but with a time it has been dull or it has lost its shiny property because of any action of air or some moisture on it. Okay, because it has reacted with oxygen and it has gone with the process of rusting. Okay, so it is not like कि you will not categorize them in that case. Okay, तो अगर आप किसी ऑब्जेक्ट को कट करते हो तो आप देखोगे कि जो भी lustrous ऑब्जेक्ट है, when you cut them, the inner portion and you see it is still lustrous. उनके अंदर का portion अभी भी lustrous है. Okay, so where we therefore notice the luster only in a freshly cut surface. Okay, जब freshly cut surface है तो उस पे आपको उनकी shininess, उनके lustrous nature, उनका luster जो है तभी आपको दिखाई देगा. जब वो ऑब्जेक्ट ओल्ड हो जाएंगे तो आपको उतनी शाइनी नहीं दिखेंगे. आप घर में भी कोई ऑब्जेक्ट यूज करते हो जो कि मेटल्स के होंगे, तो इनिशियली दे आर वेरी शाइनी, विद टाइम they lose their shininess and they become dull or rough. Okay, so when you visit an ironsmith or a workshop, look at the freshly cut material, then you will see that these metals, they have got luster in them. Okay, so metal rods you can see, or any of the things you can see. So some other metals like graphite, wood, they do not shine and are generally known as non-lustrous materials. Okay, so non-lustrous materials are the materials that do not shine. Okay, so the example for it is a graphite or a wood, okay, etc. They are never going to shine and they are called as non-lustrous material. Okay, so on the basis of appearance, materials can be differentiated from each other on the basis of their looks, how they are looking. So appearance can be classified in two categories. One is the lustrous material and other one is a non-lustrous material. Lustrous materials are the materials which have got some luster in it, or it has gone some shine. Maybe with time it has got dull, but the freshly cut metal is always shiny. Note this point. Freshly cut metal is always shiny. Okay. Now you see the example. Metals are there: iron, copper, aluminum, and gold. Non-lustrous materials are the materials that do not shine. They neither shine in the freshly cut material nor afterwards. Okay. Example is graphite and wood. Okay. Now the second property, that is the hardness, we are going to discuss. So the next property of material we are going to take is the hardness. So what happens? Suppose you take some material in your hand and you try to compress it. Suppose I am taking this rubber and I am trying to compress it. Can I compress it? Yes, I am able to compress it. If I take some other hard material and I try to compress it, maybe I am not able to compress it. Okay? So some material gets compressed and the others cannot be compressed easily. Okay? So let's do an activity. In this activity, we will try to scratch the surface of some of the materials. For this, you can take a piece of a wood. Okay, all these will be easily available at your home. Take an aluminium, anything of aluminium, either a plate or any other thing. Okay, then you take a piece of the stone. Okay, then you can take a nail, a candle, fine, a chalk, okay, or any other object or a material. Now what we have to do, we have to scratch it. Just try to scratch it. Scratch the wood, aluminium, piece of stone, nail, candle and chalk. What do we see? We see that some of the objects can be easily scratched while some cannot be scratched easily. Okay? So on this basis, materials can be classified on the basis of this scratching. They can be classified as a hard material and soft material. Okay, so hard material and a soft material. Now we will see which are soft material and which are hard material. So first let's see the soft material. In case of soft material, it is, yeah, let's first understand the hard material. Hard material are those materials that cannot be compressed. If you try to compress it, you cannot compress it. Or you cannot deform it. Okay? It's having its shape. If you want to deform it, you can't deform it. Or if you want to scratch it, it does not get scratched easily. Okay? So, hard material can't be compressed, can't be deformed, and can't be scratched easily. Okay, all of them can't be done. Can't be scratched easily. Okay, so hard material can't be compressed, can't be deformed and can't be scratched easily. Example, you take a rock. Can you compress a rock? Is it possible for us to compress a rock? No. Can we deform it? Can we deform a rock? No. And can it be scratched easily? It can't be scratched easily. Okay. So examples are rock is there, iron, etc. Okay, and the next category is the of soft materials. So these soft materials which are easy to compress or they can be bent. Okay, soft materials are easy to compress or easy to bend. You can bend them. Take a rubber, you can bend it like this, you can compress it. Then other examples, take a cotton, you can easily bend it or you can compress it. Sponge is there or some fibers are there. Okay, so example is fibers, cotton is there, then rubber is there, okay, sponge, etc. These are easy to compress and easy to bend. Okay, so now this hard material, it can further be classified in 3 categories. Okay, let's see. So now hard materials, they can be brittle, they can be malleable, and they can be ductile. Okay? So hard material, they can be brittle, okay, or they can be malleable, or they can be ductile. Okay, now let's see one by one. What does it mean? Brittle means which can be broken into small pieces, or they can be made in a powdered form when you hammer it. Okay, you are hammering, this is a chalk. If you hammer it, this can be broken into small piece. Like this, you can see it can be broken into small piece. And further, if you hammer it, you can make a powder of a chalk. Okay, so brittle is which can be broken in small pieces or can be made in powder form when hammered. Okay, now the example is rock. You can break a rock. You must have seen that people breaking rock. A glass is there, break it. You can break it easily. Salt is there. Even this chalk is there. Okay, so these are the examples of a brittle hard material, that is rock, glass and salt. Next comes malleable. What is malleable? It means that you can spread it into a sheets when beaten. When you beat it, you can make a sheet of it. Have you seen an aluminum sheet? Yes, aluminum is a metal. So example of malleable are the metals. When you beat a metal, they can be made into sheets. You must have seen aluminum sheets and all. Okay, so malleable is one spread into sheets when beaten. Okay, example is metal. Any metal is there. You beat aluminum, it can be spreaded into sheet. Okay, and next comes ductile. What does ductile mean? It means that it can be drawn into long wire. Okay, long and thin wire you can draw it. Again, the example is a metal. You must have seen that metals can be drawn into a long and thin wire. Okay, so ductile is can be drawn into long and thin wires. Again, the example is metal. Okay, so we have seen that a property of material hardness, on that basis it can be categorized as hard material or a soft material. Hard material is the one that cannot be compressed, that cannot be deformed and that cannot be scratched easily. Soft one can be compressed and can be bent. Okay, so further this hard material, it can be of three types. It can be brittle, it can be malleable and it can be ductile. If we talk about brittle, which can be material that can be broken into small pieces, or when hammered it can be made into a powder form. Example is rock, glass and soil. Next comes malleable, which can be spread into sheets when beaten. If you beat aluminum, you can make aluminum sheet. Okay, so example is again a metal. Next comes a ductile. The ductile can be drawn into long and thin wires. Okay, you can draw it into a long and thin wire. Example again is a metal. Okay, So we have seen lots properties of material. This was all for today. Here I will be ending my part 1 of this chapter. Okay, so this was the part 1. In the part 2, rest properties of a material and the advantage of sorting and all will be discussed. So thank you so much. Thank you for watching my video. And if you like my video, please give a like button. If you have not subscribed our channel Ollie Scholar yet, please do subscribe it, because we upload videos daily so that you can get the updates of the video that has been uploaded. You can also go in Google Play. There you can download our app. It's with the name CSCS e-learning. There you will find interesting videos. Also, we give PDF notes also. Chapter wise, topic wise, the notes are there. That will be very helpful to you. And you can also, if you want, you can solve the MCQ questions are there also. And if you are interested for live videos, we conduct that also. So thank you so much. Thank you for watching the video.